Hey guys, this is David from NoRush20 again, and today, sorry it's been a while by the way, I've had a lot of work and just other things going on, so I've been a little busy. Hopefully you guys will still come back to my videos and we can start learning some more Starcraft. Today's focus is going to be on teching, and what we would like to do is learn how to tech in the game, what our structures do, what our buildings do, and how to build like, how would I put it, what structures you want to build the army you want. So we'll I'll get this set up really quick and we'll get right into it. I'm going to create a game for us, and then I can show you what I mean. We're going to be starting with the Terran for now, and hopefully within the next couple of weeks I'll be able to do a Protoss and a Zerg video as well, and I'll probably have some help with Protoss, as I'm not as familiar with them as the other two races, but I'll do my best to I'll show the basics of what each structure does, which is what I'm going to do with Terran today, what each structure does, what technology it unlocks. Okay, so we're in the game now. So here we are. So here, our command center is our basic first initial tech structure. No other structures here. Nothing. And from the command center for now, all we can do is build SCVs. And you see that there's other options that it has, but for now, no.
Go ahead.
So, you see down here, and this is going to be the same for all races, is you can have a B and a V. Excuse me, you can have a structure and an advanced structure tab button. See? Now if you click on B, you'll see you have 4 highlighted structures and 4 darkened. Well, the 4 are what you can build: command center, refinery for harvesting gas, supply depot for increasing your supply, and engineering bay for upgrades, things like weapon and armor upgrades. Now, to build units, your basic units, you want a barracks. But notice what it says. It says requirements supply depot. So if we want to start fighting and increase our supply, we're going to need a supply depot. So we'll put one down. And in the meantime, we'll keep building more harvesters, because as we discussed before, Starcraft is a game of economy, and the more harvesters you have, generally the better off you'll be. Okay, this is almost done. There. So now we can build our barracks. So let's go ahead and build one.
Move it. SCV ready.
There we go. Now the barracks are on their way. Let's keep building some more harvesters. So, while that's building, say we want to take gas, so we can build...
Yeah, whatever.
Actually, we won't worry about that right now. We'll worry about that once we get the barracks finished. Remember hotkeys? Taught you guys about hotkeys? Cycle between our 2 structures here. For some players, this adds no advantage to be able to cycle back and forth like that. It's just keeps their fingers warm, keeps you active, it keeps you ready to go. Okay, our barracks is done. We can build 2 units. Well, actually we can only build 1. Marine. Notice the green barrel with the red 50 next to it. That means it requires 50 Vespene gas. We don't have any Vespene gas, which is what I was about to show you a little bit ago. So we want to take our Vespene. We'll take both of them. This is not a suggested strategy. Right now we're not going over strategies. This is just so we can continue teching. We'll take another command center.
Roger.
And we'll place it down here.
SCV ready.
So that way, we can start harvesting from both mineral fields. Okay, now, see, gas comes in a lot slower than minerals. So you want to fully optimize your gas intake. Of course, that's economy, and going back to the economy episode.
Additional supply depots required.
Nope, not enough supply depots. So we're supply blocked.
Bad news.
So we'll probably want to put more of those down. Now we can
Additional
afford a
supply
Reaper, but
depots
we
required.
can't afford it because I forgot about the supply depots. So that'll just be a second. Sorry about that.
Ah, you scared me.
Slight delay. Unplanned delay in my plans here. But
What's going on?
why don't we go ahead and drop 2 more barracks.
Gotcha.
Just so we can have lots of stuff. Remember, we can rally also.
Big job, huh? SCV ready.
There we go. So we have 2 Reapers on the way. Alright, let's cancel those for now. So, now you notice that even on each structure,
SCV
there's a
ready.
small tech tree. This says reactor, and this allows us to build 2 units at one time. The 2 Reapers, 2 Marines at once.
Huh?
Now let's say we want to build a Marauder, which is a heavier unit. See, it requires attached tech lab, so the next one that finishes will add a tech lab to it. Now, remember again, I was showing you the advanced structures. Oh, here. Tech lab and tech lab.
Huh?
Oh, and look what else unlocked. Because we got our
Add-on
barracks.
complete.
It's orbital command. This allows us to scan and to drop mules. Mules increase your
Add-on
temporarily increase
complete.
your mining rate, and scans allow you to spot any location on the map that you wish. Okay, so now we see that our barracks not only have the Marauder option unlocked, we'll make 2 of those. I'll make 2
Upgrade
Reapers here.
complete.
But the tech trees also have different, now we can make improvements to our units. So one of the first things we want to get as Terran is Stimpack. So we'll get Stimpack and a research going.
Upgrade
Notice
complete.
the game is smart enough to queue both upgrades onto separate tech labs. Well, and we'll also queue up the concussive shell. And those are all the upgrades you can get for your bio unit, your bio army. So here we go. Oh, you can also call down extra supplies. So if you find yourself in a bind and you need more supply depots, but you don't have time to wait, you can call down. But let's use the scanner option. Click. He is also Terran.
We could use some help here.
Oops, don't die. Don't die! Okay, sorry about that. I'm not ready for my guys to die. So again, we were talking about advanced structures. So what the barracks have unlocked for us
In the rear with the gear.
is factory and ghost academy. We'll do factory first.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and if we click on the E, click on a mineral patch, left click on E, left click on, or hit E, left click on the mineral patch, and we get a mule. And that provides extra mining.
Boy. SCV ready.
Not enough energy.
I'm going.
Research complete.
Sorry, I'm just doing a little,
By the
okay,
numbers, boy.
so our
SCV ready.
factory is coming online. It's about halfway
SCV
done.
ready.
We'll continue to build more workers. And maybe a couple more supply depots, just so we're not supply blocked. Ah,
What's going on?
one other thing
SCV
we
ready.
want. Notice it also says enables. So these are the other different technology trees it unlocks. So our engineering bay unlocks missile turrets and sensor towers.
SCV ready.
So we'll place 2 of those down.
Go ahead.
Usually we place 2 because
What's going on?
then what you can do is you
Research
can get your
complete.
upgrades for your units. More powerful attacks, more powerful defense.
Huh?
Okay,
SCV ready.
so you notice on the factory you have the same options. Tech lab and a reactor. Reactor again allows 2 units to be made,
Big job, huh?
and the tech lab will give upgrade options. So let's build another factory
You're the
with
boss.
a tech lab attached. And this time, notice that 2 more options have unlocked for now that we got our factory. The armory, which allows us to build advanced mechanical units like the Thors and Hellbats, and I accidentally locked my SCV in there.
You scared me. Huh?
And Starport, which allows us to build
Bad news.
air-based units,
Add-on complete.
which can be very powerful. So we'll build 2 starports because, again, they will also have a tech lab and a reactor. So now that we have the reactor, let's do this.
Not enough energy.
We can build 2 of either the Hellions or the Widow Mines. Let's make 2 Widow Mines. Here we have a small little army that we've put together.
SCV ready.
Okay, let's lay down our tech lab on our factory. And let's lay down the tech lab on our
SCV
starport.
ready.
And factory on our starport.
Big job.
Get back to work. You get
In
back
the
to work.
rear with
Now, here's our engineering
Add-on
bays.
complete.
They add infantry weapons level 1 and armor level 1. Let's get both. But you also have
Add-on complete.
Go ahead.
so the unlocks. Alright, no, you know what? I'll go back here. There's 3 other upgrades. Upgrades armor structures by 2. So this makes your buildings more defensive. This helps your defensive structures called bunkers, which you can place anywhere on the map.
Complete.
That is not a ramp.
Yep.
So we'll build a bunker here. Usually this is actually an early defensive measure, which I neglected, so I do apologize. So once that's done, we'll show the benefits of the bunker. Let's drop a few more builds
Not
Just to
enough
keep mining.
energy.
Ah, you scared me.
more of those, and
SCV ready.
so back to here. So this increases cargo space for bunkers, meaning how many units you can put in there, and how many SCVs you can put into floating command centers. Now, here's a nice one, is research high-sec auto tracking. This adds range to your static
What's
defense,
going on?
such as these missile turrets.
Yes, sir. Huh?
Press B. Notice now we have this full tree unlocked. Now, something like the sensor tower, it does not do any. It's not a defensive weapon, and so it's not a defensive weapon, but it is a defensive utility. What it does, it creates a well, you'll see. It creates a field that shows enemy movement without you having to see
In
it.
the rear with the gear.
So our bunker's done. So we'll put 4 Marines in there.
Upgrade complete.
And notice, Marines were able to deal damage without taking damage. So now the sensor tower is up, and we can see movement on the map.
Big job, huh?
Let's put another bunker. Oops. Another bunker.
Got a hole.
You keep mining.
Bad news.
Now, the next structure we have, since we're right here, is the armory, which allows vehicle and ship upgrades, weapons and armor. Now, in order to access higher level of upgrades, such as level 2, you need the armory. And the armory is also required for level 3. Now, level 3 is the maximum you can get for weapons and armor upgrades. That would be known as 3-3.
Go
We'll
ahead.
get another command center going. So now, let's see, let's not get ahead of myself. Oh yes, so we'll go back to our starports now that they're finished. Notice the tech tree on here. 4 also
Research
for your
complete.
different units that can be made at starports. Cloaking field for banshees. Corvid reactor for ravens. Durable material for ravens. And Catechus reactor for the medevacs. Now I'll show you what all these units are. Banshee
Upgrade
is a flying
complete.
unit that can only attack ground and is great for harassing mineral lines for attack harassing economy early in the game. Let's build some more marines just in case. So that's what a banshee does. Ravens, they can see where it says detector. That means they can detect invisible units like let's say a Dark Templar from the Protoss or a Swarm Host from the Zerg that might be burrowed,
Complete.
which ends up being very useful for burrowed or invisible units, or even detecting other banshees since they can
Upgrade
cloak,
complete.
as we see there. And that's the first one that we're going to finish is cloaking. Raven coming. Now here, we can build 2 medevacs because of our reactor. And the medevacs heal your units and can transport them
Research
around the map
complete.
freely. Let's scan and see what he's up to. He's got a base.
What's going on?
We'll take our 3rd base really quick. Okay.
Mineral field.
And then the
depleted.
Vikings are they can attack air units, but they also have transformation servos, transformation systems that allow them to switch into ground attacking units. This little guy's still stuck here.
SCV ready.
Take our 2-2 for our infantry.
Picking up
So
or
we'll
dropping
make a
off.
quick demonstration of what the medevac can do.
Man the rear. Huh? Sure thing.
We want more supplies.
Ah! You scared me.
Talk to me.
She can pick up and drop off.
Ready to plunder.
Press D to unload.
Here's your stop.
There you go.
Big job.
Where's
Now,
the emergency?
any damaged unit she flies over,
Acknowledged.
she'll heal them with her healing beam. Actually, I don't really have any right now. And she can also, you can,
Will do, command. In the pipe, 5x5.
well,
Ready
I'm getting
for
Research
too focused on
complete.
what that one unit does and not what I'm supposed to be focusing on is what structures do. So now we have all the tech going for our starport,
Mineral field
our
depleted.
starports, and that now we're going to focus on our tech for our factories. Here we only have 2,
Upgrade
drilling claws
complete.
and infernal pre-igniters. Drilling claws are for widow mines, infernal pre-igniters are for hellions and hellbats. So we can build 2 hellions, 2 widow mines, or 2 hellbats. Now hellbats are actually hellions that just transform. So now we're being attacked. Now is not a good time for this to happen. Stay away. Anyways,
Mineral field depleted.
factories. And with the tech lab, we can build 2 more units, the siege tank and the Thor. Very, very powerful
What's
units,
going on?
but very
Insufficient
immobile. They're very
investment gas.
slow, they're very clunky,
Bad news.
and you need a lot of gas to build them.
Big job, huh?
Mineral field depleted. Research. Mineral field depleted.
So, but the option is there. Hellions
SCV ready.
also. Now there's two last structures to build. The fusion core
Sure.
Upgrade complete.
Ready to roll out. SCV
is
ready.
one, and once that's done, I'll show you what it does.
Research complete. Mineral field depleted.
This better be good.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
SCV ready.
And because we built our engineering bay, we can turn this into a planetary fortress. And what that does is, now the command center itself, it may not be able to lift and move around the map, but it can now attack any ground units that
Huh? We hear
try
you.
to attack it.
Research complete.
Thor is here.
Here's our Thor. We'll move him with the army, but we're not too worried about what the army is actually doing.
Ah! You scared me. In the rear with the...
So, we have
What's
our
going on?
reactor core finished.
Upgrade
This
complete.
also has 2 upgrades. Behemoth reactor
SCV ready.
and weapon refit, which gives the battlecruiser Yamato cannon. So, final piece of technology unlocked on the
SCV ready.
starport is the battlecruiser. Massive warship.
Mineral field research complete.
And our final piece of
Go
building
ahead.
technology is going to be our Ghost Academy,
You're the
which
boss.
is
Vespine geyser
really
exhausted.
allows for some really fun late game shenanigans.
Vespine geyser exhausted.
Well, looks like these guys are done harvesting from there.
Ah,
We'll
it's
take
geared
another
me.
base.
Bad news. In the rear with the gear.
And see, we have level 3 unlocked for both.
Insufficient Vespine
And now you see
gas.
that there's nothing behind it. Level 3
Research
is our final
complete.
upgrade. Or one might say it's the final countdown.
Insufficient
And you can do this
Vespine
also for
gas.
mech. See here. For your Thors and tanks and Vikings, Ravens, battlecruisers, all that good stuff. Is this done? It is done. So we get personal cloaking field for the ghosts, and one fun little thing called arms silo with nuke. Yes, there are nuclear weapons in this game. So, but that unlocked the final piece of tech for the
Research
if you're playing
complete.
based off of the
Mineral field depleted.
barracks. It'll be the ghosts. Ghost
Insufficient
reporting.
Vespine gas.
Go ahead.
Let's take a couple more of these. We'll take this.
Big job.
Send him back to
huh?
work.
Mineral field depleted.
What is it?
See how huge this ship
Will
is.
do.
This is what's known as an
Yes,
endgame
Commander.
unit.
Base
Our
is under
Late game.
attack.
Yep.
Under attack. Mineral field depleted.
Now, of course, this composition isn't actually designed for true combat right now because, well, I'll explain that in a minute. But
Mineral
for now,
field depleted.
we are going to build a nuclear warhead.
Big
And yes,
job, huh?
the more academies you have, the more nukes you can build.
Research complete.
As soon as this is over, I'll go back over the
Confirmed. Yes, sir.
the basic tech tree.
SCV ready. Bad news. Yes, sir.
Do 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 do.
SCV ready.
Combat. Right away. Job complete.
Upgrade complete. Nuclear missile.
Let's build more. Okay.
Go ahead. What's going on? Well, buttermouth engine.
Engineering at your disposal.
Let's
Mineral field
build a bunch of
depleted.
ghosts.
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
Ready for service.
Right.
SCV ready.
You're on. Deploying.
Do do.
Nuclear missile ready.
Nothing to it.
Oh, this is always really fun
I'm on
to do.
it. Copy that.
Watch the
Sounds
fireworks.
like a plan.
And here it goes. Boom.
Solo operative.
Mineral
That's
field
the joy
depleted.
of nuclear weapons in this game.
That's an ass whooping. Okay.
Which sounds way darker than I mean it to, but oh well.
Ghost reporting.
He's not gonna do anything. He's on easy.
Awaiting orders. Commencing.
Ah, that's always fun.
Again.
we'll go back. So, to review. Start with Command Center. The first thing you're going to want to build, usually, it's going to be your supply depot, which unlocks your barracks, which means you can start building units right away. You're going to want to take your gas pretty early, because that means you can make things like the Reapers for early harass, and you're going to need your gas when you want to make upgrades. Like, C costs 175 gas, 175 mineral and gas. So that's important to have. And then from there, you can go either barracks based, in which you'll want to probably not have too many factories, maybe 1 or 2, and maybe 2 or 3 starports. Go medevacs. But anyways, sorry. That's going into builds. The barracks unlock the advanced structures.
Base is under attack.
Will do.
So from barracks we can get bunkers. And then next we'll probably want engineering bays, which allow for turrets and sensors, and you can make
Base
you can
is
do
under
your unit
attack.
upgrades from there.
What? Huh?
Oh, I lost my base.
It's getting too hot.
Friendly fire.
Huh?
Okay, so back to that.
Gotcha. In the rear with the
Let's see.
gear.
Okay.
Big
So-
job, huh? You're the boss.
Anyways, engineering bay unlocks these two, and then the barrack unlocks the bunker and the advanced structure, starting with your factory and your Ghost Academy. Ghost Academy allows for nuclear weapons and the building of ghosts. From there, you can, after you build your factory, you can then build your armory and your starport. Starport allows for air units. Armory allows for upgrades to air and ground. And then after you build your starport, you can build your fusion core, which then allows you to build battle cruisers. And that's ultimately the
Woo-hoo! Overtime.
the tech tree for Terran.
Yep.
And then
Go ahead.
what you do with that tech tree then ends up kind of depends on you what style you want to play,
Upgrade
which will be another
complete.
video for another time, which will be about builds, which is
Additional supply
builds are
depots
essentially making use of the tech tree you have for the kind of unit composition you want, if that makes sense,
Get ready.
which I hope it does.
What's going on? Will do. In the rear.
So let's go
with the
ahead
gear.
and
What's going on?
let's end this.
Yes, sir. Well, I can't build here.
Ready for
I
liftoff.
can't build here.
We do have a
Ready
pretty
for
powerful army
liftoff.
now.
Additional
it's like a
supply
little bit of
depots
everything, but-
required.
Let's just go end the game really quick, and then we'll.
Engineering at your disposal.
So,
Go, go, go.
Nuclear missile.
until next time, guys, thanks for watching.